In military history, the most prized wartime trophies are often not the massive heavy tanks, but the unexpected tactical gems captured from smaller nations. In the winter of 1941, as German mechanized forces pushed deep into Soviet territory, frontline reconnaissance units were spotted operating a remarkably advanced 6x4 armored fighting vehicle. It was not a German design, but the DAF M39, an armored car developed by the Netherlands right before the outbreak of the Second World War. When the German military invaded the Netherlands in May 1940, the Dutch Royal Army possessed only 12 production units of the DAF M39. Despite this tiny inventory, the vehicle immediately caught the attention of German procurement officers. At a time when standard German light armored cars relied on bolted armor plates over truck chassis and 20mm automatic cannons, the Dutch DAF M39 delivered a revolutionary monocoque welded hull, sloped ballistic protection up to 10mm thick, and a powerful 37mm main gun. Even more astonishingly, German recovery teams were under strict orders to salvage every single unit, including 2 hulls deliberately submerged in salt water off the Scheveningen coast by retreating Dutch crews. The captured vehicles were quickly refurbished, redesignated as Panzerspahwagen DAF 201H, and integrated directly into frontline German reconnaissance formations. This was not a random scavenging effort, but a calculated acquisition of superior engineering that solved real tactical shortcomings. Before we go on, what would you do if your military discovered an enemy vehicle far more advanced than your own equipment? And tell me where you are watching from. Please subscribe to the channel so you do not miss our breakdown of this unique machine. To understand why German field commanders prioritized this Dutch vehicle, one must analyze its groundbreaking mechanical layout. In 1939, most armored reconnaissance cars in Europe were built by mounting steel boxes on commercial truck frames. The DAF M39 completely abandoned this outdated method. Dutch engineers created a welded monocoque construction, where the hull itself formed the structural chassis. This engineering choice kept the combat weight at just under 6 metric tons, created a low vehicle height of 2.16 meters, and provided superior structural integrity against explosive blast shockwaves. Protection was significantly enhanced by aggressive ballistic sloping. The frontal and side armor plates measured between 5 and 10 millimeters in thickness, effectively deflecting rifle caliber rounds and artillery splinters. Under the hood, a reliable Ford Mercury 8-cylinder gasoline engine producing 95 horsepower propelled the vehicle to forward road speeds of 75 kilometers per hour. What truly captivated foreign observers was the dual driver system. The vehicle featured 2 completely independent driving positions, one at the front and one at the rear. If an ambush occurred on a narrow canal road or forested track, the rear driver could instantly take control and drive the vehicle backward at an incredible 50 kilometers per hour without turning the chassis around. Power was distributed through the patented Trado 6x4 bogie suspension, allowing the rear double axles to climb steep banks and traverse deep mud that would instantly immobilize standard 4x4 Scout cars. Firepower completed this lethal package. While standard German reconnaissance vehicles like the SD KFC 222 carried only a 20mm automatic cannon, the Dutch vehicle mounted a formidable 37mm Bofors cannon in a rotating turret. This weapon possessed sufficient kinetic energy, to penetrate 30 millimeters of steel plate at 500 meters, easily defeating contemporary light tanks. 3 additional Lewis 7.92 millimeter machine guns provided complete defensive coverage around the entire vehicle hull. On the morning of May 10, 1940, German airborne forces launched widespread parachute drops around key Dutch airfields and transport hubs. The newly formed 3rd Armored Car Squadron of the Royal Netherlands Army was immediately thrown into intense combat. Operating near the Ypenburg airfield and the village of Overskye, the small detachment of DAF M39 vehicles demonstrated remarkable defensive capability. Their rapid mobility along narrow dikes and the hard-hitting 37mm Bofors guns successfully disrupted German landing zones and suppressed hostile infantry strongpoints across multiple defensive sectors. However, raw tactical quality could not overcome massive strategic encirclement. Following the Dutch surrender on May 14, 1940, German technical teams quickly moved into the DAF manufacturing workshops located in Eindhoven. They secured the entire batch of 12 vehicles, including combat-damaged units and incomplete production hulls. Recognizing the immense value of this advanced design, German ordnance authorities ordered their immediate restoration and standardization. The Dutch radio equipment was replaced with German Fu-G systems. Distinctive frame antennas were installed on the upper hulls, and the vehicles were formally commissioned as Panzerspahwagen DAF M39. In 1941, these captured vehicles were assigned directly to the reconnaissance detachment of the German 227th Infantry Division. During the initial phases of the invasion of the Soviet Union, the Dutch-built armored cars spearheaded long-range scouting operations along the northern axis of advance toward Leningrad. Throughout the brutal winter conditions of late 1941 and 1942, the reliable American-built Ford Mercury engines performed flawlessly in sub-zero temperatures, while the Trado bogie suspension allowed the vehicles to navigate frozen mud and heavy snowfields where standard wheeled transports became completely immobilized. The vehicle had transformed from a desperate homeland defender into a vital reconnaissance asset thousands of kilometers away. By 1943, the harsh realities of attritional combat on the Eastern Front gradually took their toll on the small fleet of DAF M39 vehicles. Without a continuous supply of specialized spare parts from the Eindhoven factories, German maintenance units found it increasingly difficult to keep every chassis operational. Records indicate that several surviving hulls were subsequently assigned to rear area security formations and airfield protection duties in occupied territories, before disappearing entirely from active service records by late 1944. The operational journey of this vehicle highlights a fundamental strategic truth of 20th century military history. Advanced engineering and superior technical specifications alone cannot compensate for late procurement decisions and insufficient industrial scale. The DAF M39 was undeniable proof that Dutch engineers had designed a modern masterpiece featuring a monocoque hull, sloped armor geometry, a dual driving control system, and a potent 37mm cannon years ahead of its contemporary rivals. Yet because production started too late, with only 12 completed vehicles ready when hostilities commenced in 1940, this cutting-edge platform became a formidable weapon in the hands of the invading army rather than a shield for its own homeland. The mechanical legacy developed during this ambitious project was not entirely lost. as the pioneering chassis and suspension expertise later established the DAF Corporation as a premier heavy vehicle and military transport manufacturer throughout the subsequent decades. If the Dutch government had recognized the looming threat earlier and deployed 200 of these advanced armored cars before May 1940, could their superior firepower and rapid mobility have decisively altered the defense of Western Europe? Or was the ultimate outcome strictly determined by total industrial capacity? Share your analysis in the comments below.